Welcome to our first video of 2022.
It's not a secret that the past 2 years have been very challenging for travel. Just when you think it's over, COVID strikes again. Here in Toronto, like many other places around the world, we are yet again in another partial lockdown.
We all thought by 2022 that this would be over. Unfortunately, that's not yet quite true, but hopefully soon. Meanwhile, we're building out our bucket list. We wanted to know, where have people been dreaming about going during this pandemic? So we're going to share with you the top 10 most searched bucket list experiences.
We are desperately in need of fresh air after spending an entire week at home inside. So we thought, why not embracing the Canadian cold and go for a walk here in Toronto while sharing with you the top 10 destinations around the globe.
Okay, let's get moving and let's get started with number 10. Number 10 is Rome's Colosseum. As one of Italy's most iconic structure, it is no surprise it is one of the most popular search destinations. It has over 7 million tourists a year.
So this ancient Roman building is actually over 1,900 years old, and it has a pretty dark history. It is estimated that over 400,000 people actually died while fighting in the arena.
Rome has a special place in our hearts because we actually had our second date there. We met abroad in Ireland while studying there, and thanks to cheap Ryanair flights, we had an epic weekend in Rome.
So number 9 is for all the art lovers out there. It is the Louvre in Paris. It is not only the most visited museum, it is also the biggest museum worldwide.
Let me put this into context. The galleries are over 15 acres. A human being would not be possible to see the entire museum in one day. If you were to spend 30 seconds on each piece of art, it would take you over 100 days to see the entire museum. And that's without sleeping or meal times. How crazy is that?
One of the most popular stops at the museum is the Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa is one of the most famous paintings worldwide, and it is actually protected by bulletproof glass. It was made famous in 1911 when it was stolen, and it made headlines all across the world.
Did you know that there is more than one Louvre in the world? There's another one in Abu Dhabi that opened up in 2017. France and the UAE made an agreement worth over $1.3 billion in order to lease art to the one in Abu Dhabi. Using the Louvre name alone was worth $520 million. Now, that's a lot of money. Number 8 is seeing the beautiful views of New York from the top of the Empire State Building. Now, this skyscraper was built in record-breaking time. We've all had pretty challenging deadlines in our life, but imagine your instructions were to build the world's tallest building in just 13 months. Well, with over 3,500 workers, they were able to build this in 410 days. Wow.
So the Empire State Building hosts the world's oldest and most famous tower races. It takes contestants up 86 floors, which is approximately 1,500 stairs. It's a lot. So while it takes you approximately 1 minute to reach the observatory deck, it takes runners 10 minutes to reach the top.
I actually did the CN Tower climb here in Toronto for a charity event, and it was about 1,776 stairs.
Wow, that's accurate. And that's a lot. That's more actually than the Empire State Building. Wow.
Yeah. I think it took me about 20 minutes to climb.
I don't believe that. I think we have to see that, right?
Hey, don't be mean. I actually don't really remember, but I guess I'll just have to do it again.
With the camera. Let's walk.
crossing the famous Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. This is one of the most photographed bridges in the world, so it's no surprise it's one of the most searched destinations in the world. Now, the interesting thing is the color is not actually gold, but more like a deep orange. And the original plan was to paint it black and yellow as proposed by the Navy in order to make sure the bridge had high visibility to the ships crossing it in the famous San Francisco fog. But the designer had other plans. It believes that the orange they decided on is a much better fit of the surroundings and also still provided great visibility for the ships.
Number 6 on the list is visiting the madness of the Las Vegas Strip. More than 42 million people are visiting Las Vegas every year, and with its millions of lights, it is considered the brightest spot on earth.
With approximately 164,000 slot machines, that's one for every 4 people that live in Las Vegas. The largest sum ever won on a slot machine was $39 million. Now that's one lucky person.
So there are 105,000 hotel rooms in Las Vegas. That's a lot. So if you want to spend one night in each and every hotel room, it would take you 288 years.
For all the romantics out there, number 5 is going to the top of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. The Eiffel Tower was built with the intention of showing it off at the World's Fair, and it was intended to be torn down 20 years later. If you visit the Eiffel Tower during the winter, it will actually be a different height than if you go and see it in the summer. In the cold weather, it shrinks about 6 inches.
Every 7 years, about 60 tons of paint are applied to the Eiffel Tower. This not only keeps it in great shape and looking good, it also keeps it from rusting. The tower was almost moved to Montreal for the 1967 Universal Exhibition, but it was rejected last minute. Alright, number 4 on the list is cruising down Egypt's River Nile. River Nile is the longest river in the world, stretching over 6,695 kilometers and passing through more than 11 countries. Without the river's water, the ancient Egypt civilization would not have survived. And even up to this date, 95% of the Egyptian population lives within 2 kilometers of the river. Number 3 on the list is trekking the Mount Everest Base Camp. The Mount Everest Base Camp is at 5,364 meters above sea level, and it is actually 500 meters higher than the Mont Blanc and approximately 1,000 meters higher than the Matterhorn in Switzerland.
There are only 40,000 people who have made the 14-day trek to South Base Camp. You can't see Mount Everest from there because it's hidden behind the Eastern Ridge. There are only 4,000 people who have ever summited the entire Mount Everest ever.
So the oldest person to ever reach the summit on Mount Everest was an 80-year-old Japanese guy, and the youngest person actually to reach the summit was a 13-year-old guy from the US.
Number 2 is sailing around New York's Statue of Liberty. It was given as a gift from France to the United States in 1886. It actually functioned as a lighthouse for 16 years, lighting up a distance of 24 miles away.
So there are actually many ferries and cruises that you can take, but if you want to save some money, you can simply take the Staten Island ferry. It takes you by the Statue of Liberty and is completely free. Another interesting fact is that the Statue of Liberty is actually standing amongst broken shackles and chains, with your right foot raised up, moving away from oppression and slavery. Alright, number 1 on the list and the most researched destination on the list is BURJ Khalifa in Dubai. BURJ Khalifa is the highest building in the world with 828 meters. It is 149 meters higher than the second largest building, and actually 3 times the height of the Eiffel Tower and 2 times the height of the Empire State Building. It also has the highest outdoor observation deck at 555 meters.
The weight of the concrete of the tower is equivalent to 100,000 elephants. Its popular light and sound show was designed by the same company that created the Bellagio Hotel fountains. Now, it also holds the world's record for the biggest dancing fountain system. Wow. We hope you enjoyed our fun facts about the 10 top most searched travel destinations in the world, and that it gave you some inspiration for your 2022 travels.
Comment below and let us know what is on your 2022 bucket list.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us out a lot.
Alright, now we have to rush home to get on a Zoom call with our friends because we are planning a trip to a sunny destination.
So excited.
So excited.
Make sure you press the bell notification so you're aware of upcoming videos. We have some really fun stuff planned coming soon.
Super excited. See you guys soon.
Bye.